Airsoft, an adrenaline-packed sport that brings out the childhood in anyone who plays it. Strategy and teamwork are essential for victory. The game brings back childhood memories in many men who remain nostalgic about the old days of playing first-person shooter computer games as a child. In this place, the daily stresses of work or debts can be left at the entrance. People often confuse airsoft with paintball. According to experts, the first question beginners ask is, what is airsoft? Is it that game where you shoot with paintballs? However, it's a huge mistake. Today, the Other Games Club will help us figure out what airsoft is, what the rules are, and what is needed to play it.
Our club has been working since 2008. Depending on the game season, from 10 to 60 people come to us.
It also depends on what people want and whether they can afford it. First and foremost, people come to us to have a rest from the daily routine, have a good time in the forest and get some adrenaline. The main idea of airsoft is military simulation between two teams. Instead of real weapons, pneumatic copies are used. The game originated in Japan. It was used for additional training of Japanese warriors before real combat. Japanese troops were disarmed after the Second World War. They were barred to keep their armory, thus they came up with so-called air guns. These electrical charge guns shoot small pellets. These weapons were weaker than modern ones, but air guns look like real ones. These are replicas of firearms. The Japanese used to train their army this way. The main ideas of airsoft events are to enjoy an interesting game and socialize with like-minded people. I learned about airsoft when I was in the army. My army mate was into it and he told me about it. So after the army I started looking for information on airsoft clubs in Kyiv, who organized it, what I needed to play. I tried it once, then once more, I then began to understand the rules, the idea of the game, and I really liked it. I found new friends, and it's the third year that I come here. This time, organizers of the Other Games Club, Ivan and Tatiana, have gathered close to 50 people armed to the teeth to a picturesque forest. It's not difficult to gather them. I have known all the guys and girls here since their first days in the club. We hold training games for beginners. They come, we get acquainted, choose them, we look if they are good people, if they are kind. It's 9 a.m. in the forest, the air is fresh and the birds are singing. It's the perfect beginning of the weekend for airsoft players. They are waiting for orders from Ivan, the organizer of the game. We have a fortified area there with a tower. It looks great. Earlier we targeted the building alone and stormed it, and now the actions are held across the entire territory. Participants are split into two teams. The blue team has to defend the object and the yellow team has to take it over. Just seconds have passed and the players have already scattered across the forest. That's when the real game starts.
Вон там за деревом один. Где? Там. Вон побежал, видишь? Вижу.
Airsoft games are more than just running around the territory trying to defeat the enemy. Every round is based on a carefully planned scenario. Game scenarios are usually created by the organizers. Every step of the game is well thought out. It's rather difficult, as all events that can possibly happen during the game must be taken into account. Some games are simple: to get hold of the flag, seize and clear the territory. It's easy to target your enemies, but there are other objectives to airball. You should also try to protect your checkpoint or take over enemy objects. You cannot just save or reload the game as you do on a computer. This is played in real time and sometimes in difficult conditions. There are different types of games. Sometimes people come play for one day then leave. There are also games that last for the whole day when people come and complete complex scenarios. There are raid games which can last for several days. There are also entourage games. Participants dress like some military units or, for instance, the Mujahideen and perform their role required by the scenario. The rules are rather strict and clearly defined. There are a lot of rules in Airsoft. The main of them is the age restriction. Teenagers aged between 16 and 18 can only play when accompanied by a parent or another adult. People over 18 can play by themselves. Safety rules are very important, as safety goes before all.
Дальше есть это правило до игры основное. Во время игры первое правило — это соблюдение техники безопасности. Это превыше всего.
Participants also have to take care of the uniform and equipment.
Три, два, один, старт!
All you need to buy to start playing Airsoft is a uniform, a pneumatic gun and glasses. It will cost a tidy sum. Airsoft is not a cheap hobby. The prices for pneumatic guns start at $100. As for the uniform, I paid $30 for the pants, $20 for the jacket, so that's $150 already. It's better not to save on the glasses, as they protect your eyes. Mine cost around $50. I have poor eyesight, so I started playing with a mask. But it wasn't comfortable and I bought glasses. They have additional lens power, so I can see everything well. They also protect the eyes. If you want to save some money, you can buy used equipment. Or if you aren't planning to play Airsoft every week, it's better to rent it. It will be even cheaper.
Звичайно, завжди можна взяти БУ спорядження, або ж якщо ви не будете займатися страйкболом кожний тиждень, вам краще взяти все спорядження в оренду. Це в перспективі буде навіть дешевше.
Unlike fantastic paintball weapons, which some would argue resemble vacuum cleaners, airsoft rifles can be easily mistaken for real ones if you stand a few meters away. They're almost identical copies, starting with the AK series and ending with sniper rifles used in the American and British armies.
Очень многие путают пейнтбол со страйкболом.
A lot of people confuse paintball and airsoft, but the difference between these hobbies is huge. The weapon is different. Paintball guns have a camera on the top. The balls come out of the air, go to the cylinder and fire with the help of a piston and compressed air. The basis of airsoft is completely different. Here it all depends on the internal technology called a gearbox. It works on a battery. With the help of the spring located in the magazine, the bullet is pushed into the so-called hop-up camera. When the bullet is in the camera, a piston is launched thanks to a spring. The internal system is extremely complicated. It comprises very important elements.
Приниматель шаров, то есть камеру хоп-апа. После попадания в камеру хоп-апа срабатывает поршень, который работает с помощью пружины. Внутри очень сложная система, которая состоит из очень важных элементов.
The level of danger in airsoft depends on the territory where the game takes place and on the experience of the players. It is crucial to follow the safety rules. A plastic bullet can hit the eye or hurt other unprotected parts of the body.
Я вам скажу, куди боліше за все потрапляє шар.
It's very painful when the ball hits your little finger. The thick layer of clothing protects your body. People often use knee and elbow pads which protect these body parts from injuries, but fingers are most vulnerable.
Ще часто люди надягають на колінники, на локітники, які Допомагають рятувати свої лікті та коліна від...
A bullet can knock a tooth out, but for this it would have to move at a very high speed. Guns with such bullet speed are
Але
forbidden.
для цього куля має летіти із дуже великою швидкістю. Автомати із такою швидкістю куль не дозволені.
It's not a secret that women also like extreme sports. Airsoft is definitely one of them. The women aren't scared of bumps, bruises and scratches. They simply enjoy the exciting game.
Вважається, що це така забавка чоловіча. Дівчата грають їх, звісно, менше, ніж хлопці.
It is believed to be more of a man's game, but girls also play. Of course, there are fewer of them than guys, a lot fewer. But the girls who do come have the right to be afraid of getting scratches, falling, crawling through the mud or receiving a bullet to the head. They aren't princesses, they play airsoft. We have no princesses here. Instead of skirts and high heels, these girls wear camouflage, carry pneumatic weapons and go to the battlefield full of confidence.
Ми зі своїм хлопцем граємо в страйкбол вже 2 роки.
My boyfriend and I have been playing airsoft for 2 years. We like it a lot, it's a great game. And it doesn't hurt as much as everyone says. Unlike paintball, where targets are marked with paint, in airsoft they use plastic 6mm bullets which don't leave any marks on the clothing. In paintball, you can see where it lands. You have point marks on the clothing and everyone can see that you've been hit. In airsoft, there is no visual confirmation, so a player should be completely honest. There is no place for liars in this game. One can try being a real commando, fight on the battlefield and savor the taste of victory without putting yourself in danger. Airsoft is a team game, but most importantly, it's a sport for men. Real friends in life become relentless enemies on the battlefield. And it all comes back to friendship after the game is over. That is the essence of Airsoft.